Hello. Hi, Avery. Can I get an audio check, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Anything too loud, too quiet? Let me know. I think we're supposed to... Yeah. Okay. Sounds good? Okay. So Shaun walked off in this direction, huh?
It would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues here as to his current whereabouts. The trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty.
There was a ton of stuff here earlier. Big stuff, too. Today must be the day they take the big stuff away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure looked that way. I'll bet the big squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow.
They don't do that with the larger items. They just take them away as they are.
You do, huh? How do you even know that, sir? Wait, Mr. Fender's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how to throw your stuff away for when you move office.
You're spookily insightful sometimes, Kay. But only sometimes. This milk carton.
That's the same brand Shaun drinks.
Something happened to him here. I'm almost certain of it. Based on what we've seen and what Detective Gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Shaun was abducted from the garbage disposal area.
We found Shaun's milk carton here. It's highly probable that this is where he was abducted. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way of prying eyes, huh? Yippee, 25 streak. But why would Shaun even come here in the first place?
I imagine he must have had something to dispose of.
But the truck's already come and gone. Guess we'll never know what that something was now. So they keep it locked up tight, huh?
I guess they don't want non-residents disposing of their trash here.
Is that everything? Okay.
Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning. The taxi and a blue truck.
And Eustace was taken away in the taxi.
Right. Well, it seems that Shaun was likely abducted from the garbage disposal area, and if the garbage was collected at 11 a.m.
Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was.
Indeed, it must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue.
Some cop he was. How did he not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines?
Because it wasn't. Today isn't a regular garbage day. It's the day they collect larger items, for which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck, just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go?
To the dump, right? Wait a second. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then, the truck would probably have been fake too, right? So maybe it didn't go to the dump.
No, I'm reasonably sure the garbage truck was real.
Yeah? How do you figure that?
Another look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. What tells us that the garbage truck must have been real?
They took all the stuff.
Take that!
The garbage disposal area is kept locked.
Oh yeah! So only a real garbage collector and a real garbage truck could have opened it.
Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Shaun put him in a large cardboard box that they'd prepared for the job. Now mix that in amongst all the other oversized items.
And the garbage collector would have taken it away, no questions asked. Taking out the trash being Shaun, that's crazy.
Exactly. Allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility. They could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake and collect it without incident.
Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. Looks like we have 2 possibilities.
But which of the garbage processing facilities was Shaun taken to? Have we found anything that might serve as a clue?
Explosion. Ha! Darn. What am I supposed to do?
Well, if it ain't my two newest pals. More trouble? Hop in! Thank you, but we don't need to go anywhere right now.
Ah, you don't gotta say nothing, buddy. I can see it written all over your face. You gotta go make a fresh start, am I right? New town, new house, new everything. Cops on your tail? Wise guys even? It don't matter. Just rip it all up and start again. Come on, hop in. Your new life starts right here. Just be sure to tip generously now.
I'm starting to wonder why we weren't more suspicious of him the first time. Okay.
Ah. How about that? A little help from little old me, and y'all made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, if by closer you mean we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnap victim.
She must have barely looked at the photo at all.
Aw, really? And here I thought I'd given y'all the tip of the century. My bad.
It's not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources.
That's crazy.
We'll just have to learn not to do that again.
Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, you know, and I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one. But only 'cause I got a real scoop for y'all this time.
A real scoop, This should be good. Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours?
Proof, that's what. Proof that Taurosaurus really is real.
Alright, Kay, we're leaving.
Wait. I ain't lying, I swear. Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true.
We don't have time for this, but we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps?
Whew, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured.
I was hoping for something a little better than that.
Hey, don't go making that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire-breathing time, dang nabbit. There. Well. Kinda hard to tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire. Maybe?
And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire-breathing something with your own eyes?
Well, not exactly with my eyes as such, being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened.
Surely the real Taurosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing.
Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call non-standard means. Heh.
Would you mind explaining what you mean by that?
I really dug myself a hole here, huh? See, I mighta coulda rigged me up a little wireless intercept, hoping to do a little scoop detecting. That's so sad. Poor insect.
Not an insect, Kay. An intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions.
Me and the chief have been down here at the big building sniffing around these last couple of days.
Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area, too.
Sure have, which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. The pounding of feet, the electricity in the air. This was it! Taurosaurus, at last! You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you?
The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct?
Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, you hear? Anyhow, I kept listening, till down the line comes your pal there's voice hollering fit to beat the band. Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself?
What was that sound? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with our little outburst. I assume it was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it?
What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now, I ain't into no bugging, just a little lighthearted intercepting is all.
Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd?
Yeah, do what you dang well please. A recording of signals that were intercepted from the bug that was planted in Kay's pin. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Saint, Miss Barry.
How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet. Poor Shaun.
Shaun?
Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue.
I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes?
You did? That's great! Thanks so much! Now maybe they won't arrest me again! You're amazing, Mr. Edgeworth! How did you find Prosecutor Winner? With some serious investigative magic, that's how.
It was pure luck, actually, but never mind.
You didn't even need our help, huh? That's not true. Thanks so much for joining in the search. Where did you look, by the way? Oh, this place a little way away called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it?
Sunshine Coliseum. That's over by the harbor.
There was a whole bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look. You mean like a festival? Ooh, that sounds fun. Wish I could have gone and checked it out.
There's a Max Galactica poster.
Are they performing? Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. Simia didn't like the crowds much, but... Hey, you don't have to tell them that. Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're all going to the festival together. There's a festival with food stands and fireworks at the Sunshine Coliseum. It's kinda lucky you found Prosecutor Winner so quickly.
Lucky? In what way?
We have to go practice soon, for the show. We wouldn't have been able to help for much longer anyway.
I see. I'm sorry to have kept you from your duties at the circus.
Oh no, it's nothing to worry about, really. We're glad to help. I'll do anything if it helps make sure they don't arrest me again. You really helped me out by finding him. I'm so relieved. Of course. Just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde... Oh, of course. Just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde guilty. What? You mean they might still throw me back in jail? No. I can't go back. I can't.
Come on, Kay. Do you really have to torment the poor boy?
Is he that young? How old is he? Oh, there he is. 24. Oh, he is. Okay.
Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before.
Huh? Fireworks?
Yes, at the event at the Coliseum. Were they setting them off even during daylight hours?
Oh yeah, a bunch of them went off while we were there. What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth?
The loud bang we heard. What if that was a firework?
Huh!
Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this.
Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly high.
For the bang to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud.
Which means fireworks. Which means the Coliseum. So the kidnapper was near there, right? From the fireworks heard on the phone call, it could be deduced that the kidnapper was near Sunshine Coliseum. But how near? If the fireworks were that loud, you could probably hear them from pretty far away.
Yes, the area we need to search would be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. But if the police were to lend a hand... So based on the loud bang we heard on the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of Sunshine Coliseum.
And one of the garbage facilities is right by there, too.
I think it's likely that's where Shaun was taken, which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
Could I ask you and your men to search the area around the garbage facility?
It's not like you had to ask, sir. Feels a little flat, if I'm being totally honest. Why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to?
You don't mind, even though I'm not a prosecutor anymore.
I thought I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors.
Thank you.
Where's the order? Mr. Edgeworth, we're almost out of time.
You're right. We need to hurry. I doubt Judge Cavell and the others can hold out much longer. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe.
I won't let you down, sir. It won't be an official search, but I'll put my best guys on it. You can count on that. I'm coming too, Gummy. I promised I'd snatch Shaun from the jaws of danger, and that's just what I'm going to do.
I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows? I may be able to drag proceedings out just a little longer.
All right. With me, everybody. Even in the depths of night.
Gah, it's already striking 2. There isn't a moment to lose.
Yes, sir. But I didn't finish. When no other bird dares to take flight. Bro is stanced up. Look at this guy.
Well, well. If it isn't our old friend, ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy. Excelsius Winner.
The accused will turn and face the prosecution. I'm not done with you yet.
I already told you, Francisca. It doesn't make sense. Why would I help her? I feel for her, of course. A woman in her prime, sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But to suppress evidence in order to keep her out of a jail cell? No, that's preposterous.
Objection!
But we have a statement from your own son. He says he entrusted the evidence to your care.
I'm afraid I don't know what he's talking about. Or why he'd say such a thing. I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
Objection!
Why is Bro on the prosecutor's bench? Hello?
What if I could prove that you and Warden Lagarde are much more closely associated than you claim? I'm sorry. Prove. I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of the courtroom anymore?
Miles Edgeworth, I'm the one prosecuting this case. What are you thinking, barging in like this?
I'm sorry, Francisca, but it's important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecution just briefly?
What are you doing?
Judge Cavell, I come before the court with important new evidence. I ask that you allow me to present it. Have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this can be allowed.
Objection!
Well, the defense hopes you'll let him, G. Just saying. What's the thinking over the prosecution side there, Fandango? Fine. The prosecution has no objections.
Objection!
Your objections are neither here nor there. This isn't a democracy, it's a courtroom. And this is flagrant contempt. Isn't that right, Verity? No, as long as Shaun is still missing, she'll feel that she has no choice but to go along with whatever Winner wants. If only there was some way of telling her he might be found at any moment. Judge Cavell, I would ask only this, that you trust me, and in my assistant, just this once.
Speaking of which, where's Kay Faraday?
She's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all.
Objection!
Nonsense! There is no more evidence to be found! You're just stalling for time!
Objection!
The most important piece of evidence of all, eh? Hey, G, I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust in Miles' little pal. What do you say? I mean, I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's the one and only great thief Yatagarasu.
It seems Fender has sensed what I'm getting at least. Judge Cavell, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kay is only moments away from snatching it from the jaws of danger.
Very well. This is highly irregular, but I will allow it.
You have my thanks. Have you all gone completely mad?
You said you had important new evidence. Evidence of what, exactly?
Just what I said, that Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winner are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you. What proves the link between Excelsius Winner and Fifi Lagarde?
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone.
Oh yeah? And who might that be?
The late Mr. Bronco Knight. And the interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Warden Lagarde.
Wait, is that the interrogation where...
Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered.
This is indeed important evidence. Miles Edgeworth, you referred to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed?
A very good question, Miss Von Karma. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the big building.
That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept.
It is. An auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius winner. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another? I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you don't mind.
What?
I don't believe it's been conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, has it? Have you forgotten the events of this morning already? I think I proved that fact more than adequately. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not in the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? If you can't, then, well, you certainly can't prove that the report was addressed to me. You won't wiggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Tell him, Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you, when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude. That was most unlike you. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. It's almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. You're right, of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the in the courtroom, it cannot truly be considered a fact. I am afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. It's no good. She has to know for certain that Shaun is safe. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things. And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom. Is that what you're saying? Ooh, you're a scurrilous soul. I'll do no such thing.
Uh-oh, what happened to my bitrate? Hello?
I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth, should it choose to acquit me. As should you. If we can't find that missing evidence, we're in trouble here. Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we need to, don't you? There's no way that evidence is turning up. Ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home.
Objection!
Is it the little lad? It sounded like the little lad.
Who said that?
It's the little lad. Hold on, I need water for this one. Baby is here. He's ready to rebel. Dad!
Eustace. What are you doing here? Mr. Winner, what is the meaning of this?
And where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. I'm sorry. You're unfit to be a prosecutor. You're a complete and utter disgrace.
Why, Eustace? Why can you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you. Dad, I brought some vital evidence! So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor's bench? Pretty please? Well, well, Eustace. This is certainly a surprise.
Objection.
Eustace, my boy, what's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on?
Dad,
Come on, my boy, spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to play catch with you? There he is, pretty please. He asks very nicely. That's it, isn't it? All right. Why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon.
get back on the stand right now!
What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection.
Judge Cavell, the prosecutor in charge has arrived along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call an end to the proceedings just yet.
No objections from team defense. I only wish we could have had our original team captain say that herself, though. The prosecution has no objections either.
You think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Verity? He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Shaun, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Cavell's hands are still tied. You good, girl? That sound! That's her cell phone. Huh? Mine is also ringing.
Whoa. Whoa, I'm getting a call too.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Fender!
Why he look like that?
We found Shaun! We found Shaun!
Detective, you did it!
The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness.
Bums are so cute.
They're all, they're very cute here. Thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon.
Judge Cavell, it's for you. Hello? Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? Alright. Be careful. I'll see you back at home. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. Grr! No! How? Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand, and Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench.
Yes, ma'am.
Eustace Winner.
Yeah?
I leave matters in your hands.
Huh?
Facing down your own father. This won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court.
Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder-majigs?
Murder-majigs? Well, Mr. Winner, did you?
About that, No. I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late.
Too late?
How so? I remembered something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad?
Oh, Eustace, I was, just on my way to throw out some trash.
And then I heard this tinkling sound.
Tinkling, huh? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Cadis's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence?
I tried. I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere.
Wait, that's Eustace.
Huh? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Wah! Rude? He totally ignored me.
So that's what he was doing, and he even went so far as to search the dump.
But, all I found was this.
And this is a little pungent for one thing.
Yeah, and you're a little on the rap side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect?
And the knife.
It's probably somewhere among all that trash, but there was too much to go through on my own.
Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented into evidence.
You really have outdone yourself, Eustace. Where's the... Oh? No, it hasn't. Where is it? They lied to me. You never failed to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it? Ha! You drive me to tears, really you do.
Objection!
Might be a little soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will ya? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth.
It seems Fender's on board. Good. Then let's see if we can't find an opening. Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found?
Sure.
Let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside. Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Canis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or another.
It's no good. Look at it. It's spotless.
Well, Mr. Winner, do tell. Was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper?
Arg.
Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts. Were Eustace's efforts for nothing? It's true the bell may not be of much use to us as evidence. Nonetheless...
Come on, Edgeworth! We can't give up yet!
As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there. Are we to assume the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Cavell. We're not done yet. There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly.
Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know. It seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but... if I'm right, we're talking about...
I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in.
Seems we're really were thinking the same thing.
It's beautiful. Really, it is. Tear-jerkingly so.
Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage. That takes belief. Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind.
Ro does not want to touch the garbage.
Are these finger marks?
And look! It's covered in some sort of oil!
Judge Cavell, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call on somebody from forensics? Very well. Summon a technician right away. I have the results, Your Honor. It's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No! I'm sorry, was that not obvious? It says death. Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, does it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy. Wow. Way to talk to your kid, Super Dad. I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot an idiot. Real winners know how to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offspring. Dad! You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. But thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know how exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. You've never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, and then by Verity. Dad! Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears. Garbage-smelling? Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
No! You're wrong! I am, my boy. Wrong about what? I'm not the one that smells! You are! What did you say? Yeah, you smell! And you don't even realize it! You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to! Edgeworth, take a sniff! Right there where the finger marks are! You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yup, and I know where it came from! Wait, I know it from somewhere too. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winter Senior must be something of a motorhead. That odor tells us something! Something important! It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away! But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him, no matter what he's done. Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father. A different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth. To see that it comes to light, no matter what. We expose crimes, and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So if you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right! Those finger marks tie my dad to this crime! We just need to show everybody how!
Take that!
The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace. It's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. Yup, and we both smelled it before in the same place! Yes, in Chairman Winter's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters D, E, A, T, and H. The same letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy?
Objection!
How indeed? That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Let's look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped in. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winter's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two.
Take that!
Ha! What? The stain! Oh, the A is like a half? I see. Okay. I'm just being silly.
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is in the print on the newspaper.
What?
I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves are covered in. I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
Grrrr! Curse you, Edgeworth! And you, Eustace!
Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors!
Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant.
What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me! You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child, a fool!
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes!
You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor. To make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, and I was lying there in the dark all on my own, I got to thinking. Thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then... Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I?
My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is as good a place to sit. I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad.
Be careful with what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be.
I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that, despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye.
You! When did you... You need me, dang it!
Wait, I clicked too fast. I didn't read the rest of that. I know he screamed Eustace.
You can't possibly survive without me! Eustace! The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winner. That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe that a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that.
What? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling? But then...
Don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant.
Oh, you devil! Punished? Moi? Impossible! Excelsius, you blithering buffoon! What did you do? What did you do? All your swaggering bluster about how they never declared me guilty, and now this? You were the one I went after. You were the one I went to after they arrested me, because you made me believe I could trust you. And not only did you kidnap a child to try and help me, it didn't even work! Idiot! You! Feckless, useless idiot of a man!
An unsightly outburst, to say the least, but an informative one, too. Wouldn't you agree, Eustace?
Yeah, she really let some juicy info slip there. Right? She did, right?
Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence. Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Knuckle back!
What? Huh? Who's that? Sorry, Judge Cavell. Your happy ending will have to wait. Lang Zi says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. Who are you? Just a lowly lone wolf investigator by the name of Shi Long Lang. And you'll have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it. Oh, you have. Not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Lang? Like the Lang from 12 years ago? Yup. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back. Wait, 12 years? Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the President being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. Could this all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the President somehow? Fifi Lagarde, an Excelsius winner. In the flesh. I've waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family name into the dirt. Eek! Are we to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question? I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Cavell. Me? You and one other person. Shaun! You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder President Wang, president of Zhengfa.
Objection!
Where's your evidence, Agent Lang?
Knuckle back!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again. What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know. If you've got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the President's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Or figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet.
We've got another hour, it's fine.
Could you maybe calm down a little?
Calm down! No way, Jose! Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it! Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew. Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people, or I'll have to ask you to... You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let Tarasaurus 1 run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she don't see Gordy with her own dang eyes. Sure, I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here. Alright, break it up. Oh, I guess that was long. Alright, break it up. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
And Shaun.
Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh?
No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Lang Zi says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really.
Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. You can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene.
These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Long, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell, on the roof of the big building. Why did the two of you arrange to meet?
I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder.
Why? Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Cavell, we're trying to help you.
Huh, she can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it. You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Cavell's meeting with the president and then? That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Shaun Fen?
Me?
We know you were here on the set last night.
You were, Shaun?
We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it.
You came back to run your lines, right? What? You were spying on me? I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me. Shaun, that is no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant. Sorry. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Cavell.
It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? And if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must... Nagging mother. And I want you to remember that, alright?
Can we get on with the investigation now?
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Cavell the mother will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you are accusing Shaun of being involved somehow, Agent Long? I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find out. I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. Alright, Shaun. Perhaps you could tell us what happened last night.
Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide. About last night. I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put some extra practice in. And that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
You've been rehearsing late at night again? But when I called you yesterday evening, Shaun, you said you were at the hotel. You called him. Around what time? It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Shaun stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set.
So you lied to me.
Sorry. Ooh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night. Anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did, although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth.
Hold it!
Bad day. Could you elaborate a little?
What? I have to spell it out for you? It was just bad, okay? Huh. What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe? How did you... I mean, no! Nothing like that!
Is bro lactose? So it might be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day.
Huh, I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion.
Shut up! We're done talking about that! The point is, I messed up those takes.
Hold it!
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots?
Yeah?
I caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. I wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro! One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his co-workers.
Shaun takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even the takes he said he messed up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is...
Shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear?
Oh, sorry, Shaun.
He could maybe work on his people skills a little more. Coming from Edgeworth?
Anyway, as I was saying...
Hold it!
Shaun, about what you just said. How many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me.
I know.
Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. Let me ask again, about what you just said.
I think it's pretty cool though, Shaun.
More interruptions.
It's all the hours of practice that made you the best you could be, little by little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief, and before I knew it, greatness beckoned. But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop doing my best, and neither should you.
May I continue? Now, Shaun, do you often rehearse alone? Finally, I got my question out without being interrupted.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that?
What do you mean? Of course I'm sure. It was just a regular evening, nothing out of the ordinary. Huh? A regular evening? How could you say that? Somebody was...
Kay, he's just a child. You mustn't be too hard on him. Nothing happened. Really.
Nothing to do with the case anyway, at least.
Oh,
Nothing to do with the case anyway. At least that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe. But wait, don't we have some evidence related to what happened last night?
we do, and we also don't have time to be humoring the lies of a child. Let's use what we have to point out the contradiction in his testimony.
There was a fire!
Guess this?
And it fell. Okay.
Objection!
Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This model of the Taurosaurus's head fell from the roof of the trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you. I ran my lines. I went home. That was it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Shaun left.
No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over.
Objection!
No, it's not.
What?
The head falling from the roof isn't the only strange thing about last night, and I'm certain you know what else I'm thinking of too. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening?
Oh, I guess the monster footprints.
Take that!
This proves it beyond a doubt.
Wait! That's... How did you...
That's right, your rehearsal tape.
Gah!
What? You have video footage from last night? We do, and if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening. There's a footprint there already. There is, and I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set.
Shaun, why would you keep this from me? No reason.
Liar! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not going to work on me. Why did you hide the tape?
Shaun, you have to tell us.
You?
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
So you were embarrassed. Is that it?
Yeah? What's so weird about that?
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence!
Shaun, how could you? Gah! Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What? And nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint. On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy it for a second. Chief, there's something hinky about this kid, sure as I'm standing right here. Thanks, Skippy there is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns, or my name ain't Lotta Hart. Ah, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking.
Hold it right there. What is it, Agent Long? So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs my theory up nicely.
What? There was something else on that tape?
Yup. Look closely. See this costume up in the top left?
Oh yeah, the Torosaurus suit.
Something's different. Do you see it?
I'm not sure. He's just kinda hanging out and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight.
The zipper. Huh? That's... Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper's wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit, that's why.
What?
Mr. Powers, that zipper, what can you tell us about it? Oh, well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use. That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here, but where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. You're saying the body could have been hidden inside the Torosaurus suit. That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Gavel? You pushed the president off the roof, just like I said. Then you hid his body inside that costume.
I most certainly did not.
Protest all you like. I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this. I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavel would have been able to get in here. What if she had an accomplice? What? I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it.
Mother and child murderers.
What if Shaun was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off of the roof? If the two of them are working together, the problem of the lock goes away. They then work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. You think the murder was really that carefully planned? It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned. To suggest that Shaun could have been involved in this it's unthinkable. You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say? But what about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang? Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that. Judge Gavel, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details.
My apologies, but that is the one thing I cannot do.
However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you have to believe me. Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest.
Puh, I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent.
Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're still going to try and stick up for them. It's true, Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious, but nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one. No, and like I said, I'm leaving motives aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
But this place was broken into.
Objection!
What?
Hold it!
Goes away how exactly? I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof.
Pushes? Okay.
Then the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code.
Yep, kid opens code, knows lock. Gotcha.
No, Kay, the other way around. And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code. That would explain away the problem of the lock, it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Long. Please, continue. I will, and hopefully this next part will shut you up for good.
Does bro even fit in the suit? I guess if Will Powers fits in the suit, he would too.
Hold it!
What if the two of them were working together? Why would they need to hide the body for a full day? Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body.
Hold it!
The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you? Can you? Maybe not, but we could take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I'd put money on us finding proof that it was there. Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe, though. Gets pretty sweaty in there. It's filthy.
Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kinda moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from the body.
I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty.
Exactly. Well, everybody happy?
Objection!
So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case? Why? Is there a problem? The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty.
Yeah, it really is.
But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt. Gah! Fine. So what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there? Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody inside the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president?
Come on, Kay, think! Where was it?
Is something the matter, Kay?
I've seen dirt like that somewhere else. I'm sure of it. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it.
Gray bits. She's right. There's something mixed in there.
It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it.
Stuck to something we looked at. An item of evidence, maybe. It's probably worth checking. Does one of our items we found have a similar kind of dirt stuck to it?
Take that!
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contains small flecks of something gray. Uh-huh. And?
My voice? Hello?
We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves. You're right, the dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours? I believe the gray flecks are...
Probably concrete.
Surely they're flecks of concrete.
Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprint, you mean?
Exactly. And who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and gray flecks belong to?
Chairman Winter! We found them in his garage.
That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today. And we found a pair of mechanic's gloves covered in dirt. And if I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanic's gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances.
Wait, so you're saying...
Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Winter. Highly likely? Pah! If that's so, then tell me this. Why the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve? Why indeed? I imagine he must have been...
What did the note say? Retrieve the package we laid to rest. Okay. Digging something up, maybe?
I think he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. Then he used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig the 3 footprints. When he found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes.
Ah, but then Shaun must have showed up, right?
I think he did, yes. Chairman Winter would have had to find a hiding place, and the Taurosaurus suit provided just that. Gah! You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves. It's good, but it's all just speculation. We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit. He could have dug all those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up.
Objection!
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winter was still present when the recording was made. What? It's a shame that Agent Long didn't notice it himself. But if we compare the situation as we see it now, did the situation as it appeared on Shaun's rehearsal tape, and compare that, in turn, to what we saw in Chairman Winter's garage, it soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. What part of this image shows us that Chairman Winter was still there, or was still here?
Take that!
Bag.
Look at the bag next to the Taurosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winter's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves. That has to indicate a connection, surely.
Excelsius Winter wore these when digging the monster footprints.
I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winter in the suit. And if he was in there, the president's body can't have been.
Ay-ya!
Good. It seems I've convinced Agent Long of the flaws in his theory. Somebody get into Chairman Winter's house right away! We need to know what's in that bag!
Yes, sir. Y'all done lost your minds? I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this hog swell?
This is all we need.
Them right there is Taurosaurus footprints, dang it. Ain't no holes dug up by no old guy.
I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that that's exactly what they are.
Don't matter to me none of what you just done did. I don't believe it and that's that. I done told y'all, I see that big bad bull with my own 2 eyes.
The giant eye peering in at the window. I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense.
We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalist would we be if we did, huh? Oh, we did, huh?
Responsible ones, but I guess that's the whole problem.
Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints, no how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them there monsters. Ain't that correct, young man? Why, the young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken.
We're never going to get anywhere with these two around.
Maybe if we could prove to them that wasn't a monster either, they might finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas?
Prove that it wasn't a monster. Fine. I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do.
What are you two whispering about? Y'all are hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it! Quick, Tabby, roll tape!
Hold it!
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to. We know what it was now.
Huh?
That's right. Shaun's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery.
It did?
The point at which Miss Nichols thought she saw Shaun with Gordy. That would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture.
Huh? I don't see no Gordy. There ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography.
What was Miss Nichols' Gordy, really?
Camera.
Take that!
That's right, it was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy.
What?
Shaun's rehearsal tape was a shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane.
Oh, how the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh?
Objection!
How indeed. Miss Nichols,
Yes?
you told us that you thought you might need new glasses, didn't you?
Yeah, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden.
And I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, it was quite heavily shrouded in darkness.
That's right, I only really saw a silhouette. But you done told us! Skin like an enormous worm, you said! Y'all about to try and tell us your precious crane up and grew skin somehow? Ain't even no flesh on them there metal bones, let alone skin.
Entirely correct, of course, about the crane as it was in this particular picture anyway. But it did have a skin of sort last night.
I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve, is that it?
That wasn't my intent at all. But I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gordy's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all. It was this. Tarp. Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. That never happened in the end. But I think Shaun may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin.
What? Aw, heck.
Well, Shaun, am I mistaken?
You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing.
I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light.
And just like that, the dream dies. Again. Chief! I think that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us, but it seems I mighta coulda maybe been a little wrong, maybe.
All right. We know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy?
Everybody except these two, heh.
Agent Long! The President's autopsy report is out, sir. It is? Let me see it. Death was due to full-body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed. Just as we thought.
Cause of death, crushing. Time of death, April 5th, approximately 11 p.m.
Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found on his chest, but they did find gunshot residue on his right hand.
Gum shop residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh?
Gunshot residue, Kay. It's a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates that the president may have used a gun.
Really? Well, we didn't find a gun anywhere, did we?
Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully.
Gunshot residue detected on right hand, flecks of yellow substance found stuck on clothing still undergoing analysis. Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above.
Well, Agent Long, that clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Taurosaurus head, just as we said he was. Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right.
Amazing! So does that mean Judge Gavelle isn't a suspect anymore either?
Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the president the night before last, but the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 p.m. last night, and we know that the Taurosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly.
Phew! What a relief!
Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate. What? Sure, I think we can accept that the falling head must have been what killed the president, but that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall, or who. We know what happened late last night, so what we have to think about was who was here at the time. What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean... I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Shaun. The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night. Right where the body was found. He saw the footprints, and yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely. We haven't yet established if the footprints have anything to do with the murder, so even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved. Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact that he's shaking like a leaf. It does seem like Agent Long might be onto something, but I don't think Shaun's going to talk. Fine. Keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking? What exactly are you planning, Agent Long? The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days. You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted? It's not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not? Sure do, Little V. Good. Then that should make this nice and quick.
Mr. Edgeworth, might I request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question?
Why me?
I fear that Agent Long might be inclined to believe in the worst.
Image analysis isn't exactly my specialty, but alright. Are there new clues to be discovered somewhere in the image data, I wonder? Man. What the?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see! Eek!
What is it? What's the matter? Show me.
Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks that you share your findings.
Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely. There's a person there. It's... the president!
Oh my! What? You're kidding, right?
Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you? This doesn't look good for Shaun at all.
Wait! This doesn't prove anything! I didn't know he was there!
I don't believe you, and the image does in fact prove something very important. And you and the president were here at the scene of the crime together. Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang.
No! That's ridiculous! Why? Why would he... Shaun, you didn't. can't have. Can you? What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that.
Surely even you can't deny that this looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor. He claimed he knew nothing about what happened, but the president is right there with him. Shaun, what are you not telling us? We have to know.
He's right, Shaun. Be honest now. It's the only way. The truth is, it was all my fault. Shaun, what did you do? It was my fault that the Torosaurus head fell off the trailer. What happened while I was rehearsing? I went up to the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, and I turned on the heater while I was there. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called, and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Torosaurus head had fallen from the roof, and the president was just there, lying next to it. No.
We did find evidence of a fire having broken out on the roof.
It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself. So we're saying the president died because of Shaun?
If he did, that would make this whole thing just an accident. What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground?
I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again.
You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from. In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work, kid.
It's not like I did any of this on purpose. I really did just forget to turn the heater off.
Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed and the head
would have fallen down onto the ground below. You're right. The fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. And you swear it was an accident. Seems a little convenient. What was the president even doing here in the first place?
How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I swear.
I still don't believe you.
Long's voice is killing me.
Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night? His reason for coming here is something of a mystery, it's true. He met Judge Cavell up on the roof 2 nights ago. But he was also here on the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Shaun? I think we'll need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed.
Ugh, I think we might stop here today, though. My voice is gone. Okay.